Hey, biology students, we are back with the 5-question series on A-level biology revision paper 1. We have already looked at 3 questions. We are now on the 4th question. If you haven't yet watched question 1, 2, and 3, I'd advise you to go and look at that because it will help you figure out what we're doing today. So today we look at question 4. I'll pick the question from May-June 2019. Question 4, and we are still on the topic cell structure. So here goes the question. Some cell structures are listed, that is mitochondria, nucleus, chloroplast, and the ribosome. So also the question is, what is the correct order of these cell structures when listed from the largest to the smallest? So you have to remember, you're doing it from the largest to the smallest. So instead of jumping into this first, you have to remind yourself and what sizes we're dealing with here. And what I've done, I've put a list of them here for us to have a look at before we start looking at the question. So organelle sizes here. Now, what is the most important thing to even before you look at these numbers is to remind yourself that, hey, number one, that the nucleus is the largest organelle. If you can remember that, that will really help you. The nucleus is the largest organelle. And then the ribosome is the smallest organelle. In most cases, they will give you ribosomes and nucleus. So if you see ribosome, just know, think smallest. See nucleus, think largest. Okay? And then in between, sometimes we struggle between chloroplast and mitochondria. So in this case, you have to remind yourself that the chloroplast is usually bigger than the mitochondria. Okay, so chloroplast bigger than mitochondria, and then after mitochondria, we move on to lysosomes. So if I was looking at the measurements, which we've been given here, I'll probably put this as 10 micrometers for the nucleus. Then I give this chloroplast to be 5. It will still be within. And then for the sake of remembering, then I give mitochondria 1. Okay. And then I give lysosomes 0.5. Okay. Micrometers. And then centrioles will be similar to mitochondria or centrosomes. And then ribosomes, notice the measure is not micrometers. It is now nanometers. That's why they're the smallest. Okay, so a change in the units telling you you're dealing with a very tiny thing. So here we can even give it 15 or just work with 20 to 30 micrometers. So going back now to the question, how do we then go around to answer this question? You start with elimination. The smallest should be number 4, which is the ribosomes, which we already know. So any number here that does not have number 4 at the end, we eliminate that. So we remove that and we remove that. So we're left with 2 options. Both of them have ribosomes as the smallest. Now I've just told you the largest is a nucleus. So the first one should be number 2. So if you look at this, which number 1, A has number 1, so you can strike that off. Okay? And there you have it. So your answer here will be B. Just because you remember the largest is the nucleus and the smallest is the ribosome. That's a quick way to handle this kind of a question. So I hope you've understood. Just remind yourself it's okay to try and keep these measurements in your mind because sometimes they'll give you the actual sizes to pick from. So we are done with this question. I hope you remember. Remember, I'll give you at the end of this 5-question revision series, I'll give you 5 fresh questions for you to try work out on your own. So our next video will be on question 5, which is our last question. See you in our next video.